Hi everybody, nice to have you here. Henrik here from Vilnius Permaculture. So, I'm out here in the food forest and walking around. As you know, me and Shio, we're going out for a walk every morning, and we're going into the forest and pick something and we're bringing home. So right now it's apple season, so it's a lot of apple we're picking. Anyway, part 3 of the food forest, planting a food forest. So first one was we learned a little bit about what the food forest is, and we're learning a little bit, not too much, but a little bit how a food forest work. And then we started to think about what do we want in our food forest, what kind of trees, first trees, not the other one. And now we want to plant, but well, I have no land. Well, many people who are thinking about growing a food forest, they already have land. Maybe they have a garden, they have 400-500 square meters or more, and it's just grass, a lawn, it's dead, nothing funny, so they want to make something funny out of their garden. So perfect. But if you don't have land, then you might consider buying land. So many things, oh wow, I want to buy land, I will move out in the countryside, I will be a loner, I will be a survival expert, I will go off grid and so on, I will be a prepper. So many of these trends are running right now. But yeah, they can be together with the food forest and so on. Many have, but you know, food forest, building a food forest is its own thing. If you are interested in trees and fruits and ecology, so you don't need to be a prepper, or even you don't even need to live in the countryside and so on. So my tips for everybody who wants to buy land: don't be too wild. Don't move too far away from the nearest big city. Be as close as a big city as possible, because when it's get tough, you know. It's very nice in the summertime and everything growing and it's nice weather and so on, but then up here north the winter comes and it get dark and lonely and there's nothing to do, and you cannot get the same service and help as if you live in the city. Yeah, but the pollution and so on, yeah, they're there, but you're building a food forest. Yeah, you are in nature, so they will take care of things. So when we started, we tried to, in Sweden, try to get as close to any main city as we could, but we couldn't. So we decided to do different. So we moved here to Lithuania, and the same thing. We had big ideas in the beginning. We still have big ideas, but we wanted to live beside a lake, a big lake, and you know, big landscape and so on. But then the practicality of things started to come to us. So we decided, no, it's better to be very close to Vilnius, yes, as close as possible, because you know, at that time my wife was interested in yoga, so she wanted to join yoga class. If you need to want to work with like normal, you want to be close to the job, and it's often in the cities and so on. You want to be with people, you want to go cafe. Even if you're growing a food forest, you still like pizza and chocolate and coffee and so on. So it's very smart to be as close as possible. So what's the problem with that? Well, it's not climate, it's not the pollution, it's the price. The closer you come to the big cities, the more expensive the land is. But here we have to think a little bit economically. Yeah, it's more expensive, and you should always try to get the best deal, huh? Of course. But if you are living close to the city and you buy a piece of land and you say you get tired of this was not what you were thinking, you want to sell the land, and if you are in a part where there is a lot of people and a lot of people wants to live there, the chances are that the price of land sell it. So you buy it and 10 years later you have to leave, and then you can sell it, and it was a good investment. But if you go 10, 20, 100 kilometers outside, out in nowhere, with the situation now, with depopulation and so on, that everybody moves to the city and so on, it's not the opposite. Even there is trend, people moving out in the countryside, that is not the trend. The opposite. Everybody leaves small villages and the countryside and moving into the cities. So if you think you buy a cheap piece of land far away out, yeah, that's nice, but you cannot sell it because nobody wants to buy it. Because winter comes, nobody will help you with taking care of snow from the roads or anything. Doctors and dentist, yeah, you get a toothache and it's in the middle of the winter and it's 1 meter snow and you have to start shovel snow for 5 hours. That's not funny. So we are still people in our time that have those interests and needs that we have. So again, the tips is don't be too far away from the city. It's also, all your friends are probably in the city. So if you are a social person and you want your friends to come and visit you, you maybe even build a house out in the countryside beside your food forest because you want to make the whole concept. They will not come if you're too far away. Maybe they come once a year, mostly, but not, once a month or once every week and help you and think. You will not have people helping you because you're too far away. They might not have a car and they don't want to spend hundreds of euros just to get to you. So, yeah. Then, another reason is, while in the beginning, your food forest will not deliver so much. It's growing up. But, times goes and suddenly you start to have a lot of fruits. You have too much of everything. What are you going to do with it? You might even think about, well, I have so much, I have to go to the market and sell it. If you're too far away, it will be too expensive to drive back and through for a small amount of nuts or a little bit of apple and so on. No, you want to be close. So, again, this is all I have to say about buying land. There are so many issues that we can discuss, but I will not talk about them here, about buying land and making the right choice. What kind of land should I try to get? Of course, you have your preference. You want with a river, you want the lake, and blah, blah, blah. There's so many things. But in this phase here, the first phase is finding land. And yeah, it's nice to get this perfect piece of land, but they are often already bought. Nobody sell the perfect land. No, the rich people have already taken it and they will give it to their grandchildren when they get old. So we get what we get. We find what we find. So if you find a piece of land, take it, buy it. Because with permaculture and food forest and things like that, we can always change the land. But you cannot change where you are. So as close as possible to where your favorite people are and where your favorite pizzeria is. It's a good thing. So yeah, Shio is barking, so he is restless now. Now he wants to continue. So we'll walk on. Have a nice